There you go, baby.
All right, we're live. Hey guys, how you doing? It's the Honey Show, and I've been dealing with a concussion this past week, guys. It's kind of like nothing I've ever experienced. It just got worse and worse and worse for about 7 days. I feel like I'm over the hump now, and I'm getting a lot better, but I'm not entirely 100%. So that getting rear-ended and getting some whiplash and taking that hit has taken a toll on me.
When he says that he was getting worse and worse, he was getting to the point where, like, even walking, he was having a little bit of trouble with, like, his equilibrium, and he'd be like walking like this, and then at times he would start slurring his speech and everything, and I just had to be like, you need to go lay down and rest.
And it was really weird because I would lay down and rest my brain for a while, and then I would get up, and then I would have these moments of perfect clarity, and I felt like 100%. I'd be like, oh, I'm fine. And then I would start doing something, and I would just regress right back. It was scary. I've had other concussions, but I've just not one like this. This is just, and I was always a lot younger as well. So it's hard for me to explain, but I feel like I'm getting better, and I wasn't able to do a whole ton of work this past week. I don't know if some of you super fans noticed, but some of the footage that I put out on the video this morning was stuff that I took last year. And I just added it with this year's footage to make a video because I just literally could not come out and do the work without being dizzy and stuff. So I appreciate all the comments and all the love and support that we got. One of our awesome super fan viewers, Paul Isaacs, reached out to us and is actually giving us a really good deal on a replacement vehicle because our family vehicle that hauls all our kids, our Yukon, was totaled. And so we just feel really, really blessed. And we just want to thank all you guys for all your prayers and stuff.
Yes. All right. David Bennett says, I was wondering where my movie stars were. I certainly hope you are healing, Darwin. Yes, thank you. We were a little late this morning, but we're here now, and thank you. We always love your comments on movie stars. It gives us a chuckle.
Right.
But he is starting to feel better, and it is a wonderful blessing to start getting Darwin back. Alan Ingles says, good morning. I just got home. I understand that you are fighting with, I have been there and done it. Yes, so he understands.
Right.
Dealing with a concussion and all that comes with it. The headaches, the irritability, the
I used to
confusion.
I used to race motocross motorcycles, and I did hair scrambles, through trail systems through the mountains, and so I'd been in accidents and had concussions before, but I was much younger, and I just seemed to. It never felt like this. It's.
Now you mentioned that this is like what, your 11th concussion?
My 8th, I think.
Oh, 8th. See,
yeah.
I got the number wrong. So yeah.
I was an all-state wrestler as well, and I wrestled, and I got slammed a couple times and got some concussions during my years of wrestling as well. So yeah.
All right, so Craig Jacobs says, wishing you the best. Terry Oaks says, good morning. I hope you are feeling better. Thank you, Terry. Guyan University says, hi guys. Sent you an email this morning. Hope it's not too late to get in the draw. Recovery time. It's not too late to get in the drawing.
No.
He's still putting together a list, and yeah.
There was such a big outpouring of people that wanted to get in it, and our views and everything went up. So I wanted to allow enough as sorry guys. Anyways, we're gonna hold that drawing soon, and I already have the foam made and it's ready to mail out. We just got to print the shipping label for it.
Hey, Jeff Krupke. Hope things are going good. Baker Tommy says, hi, guys. Well, hello. David Bennett just says, just rest until you are healed. I hope your boys are okay. David, the boys seem to bounce back way faster than Darwin did. We only noticed their concussion symptoms for like 2 or 3 days after the wreck, and they just seem to get better each day. Was it better and better and better? You know.
Well, the day after was pretty bad because Tendarius wouldn't eat, and he was just lethargic, and his eyes had red circles around him, and
Yeah.
and he was nauseous and throwing up even though he hadn't eaten anything. That's our 4-year-old. So.
But it was continually better after that.
Right, after that.
Whereas his was the opposite, and he was getting worse and worse and worse.
Right.
So. Kenny Bean says, good morning from East Washington. Hope you and the boys are doing better. Thank you, Kenny. We think they're all getting better now that he's doing better, where there was one day that I got really scared and worried, and I made him go in and get a head scan done.
She was pissing me off because she was watching me like a microscope, you know, and every little thing I did, she was like, are you okay? It's just, I'm not used to that.
Praying for you all. Oh, thank you very much. That helps a ton. Jeff Krupke says, that was a great video this morning. It would make a whole chimney system very cheaply. Yes, it would.
Yeah, it would. And I had one commenter that was concerned that I was putting ideas out there that people might replicate. That he said that all these manufactured systems had been tested for hours and hours and everything. I understand that, and I also understand there are building codes. You know, you can put fire inserts into any building, you just have to have it within code. It has to be so many inches from a wooden wall and so much of an airspace and these things. And on the outlet of it, when it's going through a wall, it just has to fall within the parameters of your area's building codes. There is a federal standard building code that they typically go by that these systems that are commercially available fall into. And I mean, yeah, they test them and they're UL approved, but as a DIY thing, my window insert that I was putting fell way within the parameters of having fireproof material so many inches before any type of a wooden structure. And so,
and isn't there a way that you can have an inspector come and check out your system?
well, typically
Once
you
you put
would.
it
If
in.
you're going to do a project like this, whether you have a mason come and build you a chimney, or whether you elect to try and save yourself a ton of money and build your own chimney, typically you should get a building permit, which, you should get a building permit. Take my advice. No, and then, a fire inspector would come out and make sure it fell within the parameters of the building code on the fireproofing material. And I mean, if they have any question that aircrete is a fireproofing material, it is commercially used just for that in sky rises and stuff, to put between sectors of buildings as a firewall. So it's already used for that purpose. It's just these systems that they use for these are hundreds of thousands of dollars for the equipment to put it in. And I just did a DIY system with a DIY foam generator, and that's Yeah.
Off Kilter Homestead says, hey y'all, so hello back. I want to take a break and I just want to let you guys know that you guys can go and get your own HDC shirt. And you see that? Has this funny mug right there. And there's also this one that you guys can go get, and some coffee mugs. There's a link below that you guys can click on and go get your own HDC merchandise. So please check those out. Baker Tommy 11 says, might be one of many. Bob Davis says, glad you guys are okay. Hope. I didn't finish reading that. Glad you guys are okay and hope you're back at it soon. We really hope that we're back at it soon. It's actually been very, very frustrating and irritating to Darwin because he's a tinkerer. He doesn't like to lay down and just relax and do anything like that. He's usually always building and creating on his computer or out here at the shop building and creating. And so it's been really, really hard.
And I literally have 5 kits to get ready for the Honeydew University for people that are coming and going to put their own stove kit together. And you know what? When they get there, there might be some of it they might have to help me manufacture if the kit isn't completely ready, but the majority of it will be. I really think we'll be able to get all the 4,000 degree aluminum cement fiber core fireboxes ready. But when they're here, it's going to be an actual workshop, and I want them to go through the entire process. And so I'm going to have kits ready for them to assemble, but mine that I'm going to build for my shop, we're going to build from scratch, and they're going to get to go through the entire process. Even though I'll have already pre-poured a firebox for them to just fold the sides up and put the mortar in and complete, I'm going to leave mine completely undone, and they're going to help me pour mine, watch it cure out, and do it and stuff. And so, well, there you go. And I think we actually have a viewer that stopped by, came down from Canada and met with us, and then he went on to Colorado to another workshop. He wants to come back to university, and I think he wants a stove, so he might end up taking mine. But we'll see. And I'll just have to make myself another one.
Guy in University says, congrats on over 50,000 subscribers.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It is amazing. And we were jumping for joy and super excited about hitting that marker. So
and now it's like
thanks, you guys.
51 and 100 and something.
Baker Tommy says, praying. Thank you, Baker Tommy. Glad you're all doing better. Love watching your videos. Well, thank you so much. David Bennett says, hey, Dar, taking care of you is Mel's job, right? Right? And she...
Pissing me off.
She loves you, Darwin. Well, you guys, he has been a little bit irritated, way more than usual, because that's one of the signs of a concussion. And so... he has been a little irritated.
I'm kind of a little bit mortified. I like really went off on my insurance agent. Sometimes I behaved in ways that just are really kind of outside the parameters of my temperament. And
hey, you guys, mind giving us a thumbs up? And Jeff says, Headstrong by Dave Asprey. Helped my wife help me through my concussion. You're right about the type of accident hitting us differently than when we were in high school. Yes. And I will check that out. Headstrong by Dave Asprey. I'm going to check that out. Thank you. David Bennett says, regarding this morning's chimney video, I already have 2 people that want me to build replacement chimneys for their home.
you know what is crazy about
That's awesome.
that chimney system? Just double wall sections are about $90 to $100 with just airspace in them. And then if you want the ones that have the ceramic wool in them and are insulated, they're a couple $100s per section. And then when you look at a $700 through the wall system, you can seriously save a ton of cash. It's gonna increase. If you just have a standard chimney, it acts like a heat sink and it draws the energy out. And so the energy diminishes and gets less and less and less as it flues up instead of accelerating up. And this chimney system will allow you to damper your stove down, still draw hard, and conserve more of your wood. It works so well. We've had one installed in Julie's cabin for a year, and it really works well.
Morrow says adding vermiculite into the mix helps with fire insulation.
Yeah, vermiculite is a good fire retardant as well. I use perlite. But as long as you have a good amount of air entrainment, your insulative value is awesome. And if you look at the commercially available through the wall systems, there's this huge airspace around the insulated pipe that goes in there. And so that's just an energy transfer right there, where your wall isn't insulated, because aircrete is a fireproofing, retardant, and insulation all in one. There's no spot on that wall that isn't insulated, and so it's super duper efficient. And I've never felt it even get semi-warm to the touch more than an inch outside of the interior pipe. And so,
right.
Yeah.
So Baker Tommy says, can you add fiberglass shavings, or have you tried that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can add fiberglass shavings, and it does increase the strength characteristics of aircrete. Polyvinyl alcohol fibers, or PVA fibers, they work well. I'm experimenting a little bit with some basalt fibers right now. Basalt is where they, superheat the super rock and make fibers out of it when it's in its melted form, kind of like glass fibers. That's really all glass is a sand or a rock that's melted down, and they make fibers out of it. So it's similar, but the thing about basalt is it's a volcanic rock. It has specific characteristics. It's literally about 1/8 the weight of normal rebar or normal fibers, and like 8 times as strong. It's crazy stuff.
CYR Donald says, hello, you're in my prayers from Montreal, Canada. You guys keep on. I am addicted to all the journey in the wildness of HTC. Sorry about that. Nice experiment and testament for the humanity. Aw, thank you. That's an amazing comment. Kenny Bean says, can't wait to slap the new stove in the passive solar greenhouse.
Right?
That'll be amazing. He is building a really awesome greenhouse, you guys. Beaver Creek Farm Life says, good morning. Wishing you a speeding and uneventful recovery. Yes,
right.
Thank you.
It's actually
Alan.
going a lot better. This is day 3 of it going a lot better, I think. Yeah, because day before yesterday I was feeling a lot better, but the day before that was my worst day, period. So there's nowhere to go but up from there.
Terry Oaks says, in rural Alaska, we don't need no stinking building permit. I still build to the building and electrical codes. It just makes sense to do things the correct and safe way. Yes, it does, Terry, and you're 100% right.
Damn it, Terry! I said get a building code, or get a building permit.
Joel Nickerson said, hello from New York, my friends. Well, hello.
Hey, Joe.
Right? Beaver Creek Farm Life put our Etsy shop on there, a link for you guys, so you can click it and check out our Etsy store. And David Bennett gave us a thumbs up, so thank you. You guys give us a thumbs up. Beaver Creek Farm Life also put our website link up there, so you can click on our website and check that out. Leroy Watford says, I hope you start feeling better. I just heard about the wreck and I'm a faithful watcher when I have the time. We are praying for you. We hope you start feeling better. God bless. Thank you.
Well,
thank you very much.
Everything's working out fine. We are blessed.
Yes, we
and
are.
I am getting better.
Hello again from Turkey. Wow. Hello. Beaver Creek Farm Life put our email on there at honeydocarpenter1@gmail.com. You guys can send us an email there.
Do we have a turkey that watches?
From Turkey.
That was a dad joke, guys. That was bad.
Beaver Creek Farm Life says, please hit the thumbs up, you guys. Yeah. Jeff Carpenter says, just checked out the shirts and so glad you have bigger sizes. I'm a 4XL. Thanks, guys. I'll get a shirt soon. Awesome. We hope you like it. Bravo. See you from Toulouse in France. I probably said that wrong. And I'm very interested in your videos on aircrete. I'll send you my real... I don't know what that word is. Realization that?
Oh, it must be a web service that's overseas.
Oh, like an email or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, that sounds cool.
But that's from France. That's
right.
You know what, guys? I just got an order for a phone mate, and we're sending it to. And my kids are really excited because they like Robin Hood. But we're sending it to Nottingham.
Right? It was awesome. Nottingham. All right. Of course, man. I watch all video. Learn, make aircrete. That's cool. Gordon says, I live near the volcano.
On the Big Island.
The Big Island, and people just build what they want. The building department just figures volcano is going to take it away. Anyways. Oh. But I bet if you could get that built before the volcano erupts, you'd have a pretty darn good cave, because I think it might even hold up.
Oh, yeah.
Joel says, don't forget to check out the cork spray and how it might work with aircrete.
Right. I saw that comment, and I thanked him for it on our video. That is interesting to me. That's pretty cool. They, have a spray system with. I'm gonna look into it. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, he explained it out a little bit,
but I can't. Yeah.
In the comments section, and it sounds pretty darn cool. Darwin actually got excited about that comment and had to come and tell me about it. So thank you, Joel. David Bennett says, oh, cool. My geese are from Toulouse, France. Wow, that's awesome. DFW Michael says, I'm late to the party. Morning, you're all. Well, hello. Jeff says, even places that have done aircrete for years have been into the DIY aircrete. Isn't that awesome?
It is. Because even in Europe, where they build 60% of their buildings using aircrete in one form or another, because it's not good for all applications, but it has its places. Even where they've done it there, it's quite the manufacturing process that they put it through, this autoclave, and they have to put it in these huge tanks that are in a pressurized system during the curing process, and I can see why the blocks are still pretty expensive, but doing the DIY stuff probably doesn't get quite the strength of that control measured curing system there, but it still can be useful and have its place, especially if you have a structure that gets its structural integrity from steel or something like that. You can definitely use aircrete between the steel and the studs and make it awesome.
All right, Paul says, isn't it great that the one and only God loves you and lets things happen in our lives to glorify Him?
Right?
Well said.
And, we had a viewer reach out to us, like I said earlier, and he said he had a vehicle that could replace our family vehicle and that he would sell it to us. And we went and met with him and drove it. And Melanie was driving down the road, test driving it. She goes, could we be so lucky to get a replacement vehicle that easy? You know, and and he gave us a really good deal on it. And so we're just super blessed.
Very, very
Everything's
blessed.
just working out.
William Craig says, late to the stream too. Hi, y'all. Hey, William, thumbs up. Greg says hi. And Gordon says, in my area, people are doing Aircrete Dome Home seminars regularly here. It's getting pretty popular. That's awesome, Gordon.
Right. And it's been quite a journey getting my little Aircrete lab set up and a place to work set up. And the Kickstarter didn't even begin to cover the cost, you know, of getting it. We've had a lot of our own money put into it, which is fine. I'm not complaining or anything, but once we get this whole thing set up, I want to have some dome workshops, and because there's a ton of projects I plan on doing with Aircrete that are just, I think, going to just open people's eyes to what it can be good and used for.
Right. Guyana University says, I'm going to have to give your Etsy store another go. Love you guys. Aw, thank you.
Cool.
We love you guys. Greg Walker says, doming hard today, but glad to touch in. Hey, Greg. He's from Canada. He's over there working hard and building a dome. So.
Right. That's the guy that I said he might be taking home my
Gail
stove.
says, Melody, you skipped my first blog right after the 50,000 notice. So take it easy, love. I'm sorry if I skipped it. I really didn't mean to. I feel bad. So, Gail, I'm sorry.
Look up her blog when we get home.
Come on, everyone. Let's see some thumbs up. And Beaver Creek Farm Life says, Melanie, maybe you are in the top chat instead of live chat.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm just reading what comes up on the screen, so I'm sorry if I missed something. Let me kind of scroll up. Okay, let's see.
I'm starting to get a little bit of a headache, sweetie. We're at almost 30 minutes.
Okay, here's one that Gail says, so glad you're doing better. Just don't try to get back too fast. We will wait patiently for your total recovery. So I did miss that one. Sorry about that.
I'm going to do everything I can this next week in preparation for our workshop coming up, the last week of this month. Yeah. I'm actually starting, just from watching and thinking, I'm starting to get a headache, which is very abnormal for me. And so I think we might cut this live. We're at almost 30 minutes. We normally go about an hour, but I'm going to cut this one short, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin says that he's had the original first foam mate for a few years now, and the new nozzle, and I also had the little Dragon. The Dragon broke times because of so many components in less than a year.
Wow, that's, I'm never going to disparage another company out there that's putting out DIY stuff to do these types of projects, and I never have, but I actually had a friend in St. Anthony, Idaho, who had a little Dragon, and he came down and helped us, and he said the same thing last year. And while we were foaming and making all these panels, I think we poured like 30 panels that day. That's where we set them all out in the driveway just to finish up. And You know, I never repeated what he said, but he told me a similar story to that about his green dragon, that it just, there were so many moving parts and so much, and it just didn't perform quite as well.
Kevin put another comment that the foamate still works like new out of the box. So Kevin, thank you for that wonderful review. That's so very nice of you. Thank you for that. And one last comment, and any ideas for a rocket mass stove that works for heating water and acts like a cook stove?
Yeah, I could build one. I have one drawn up, actually.
Yeah, he actually has a
You know,
cook stove
and it
top
has
on it.
a copper heating coil around it. That's one of the projects that I want to do, kind of build and put plans out and just, you know, sell the plans for $4 or $5 on my
So keep an eye out for us, you guys.
Etsy store. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I already have one drawn up. I only have so much time. I'm kind of dedicating the last few weeks, except for this past week. I dedicated it to being lazy. But
You were not lazy at all. You're healing.
right. I still did quite a bit of drawing, because she would let me draw for about 15-20 minutes, and then I had to take a 15-20 minute break, and then I'd go back, and it seemed to work pretty good. I can't even remember what I was talking about.
All right, you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you guys later, okay?